Quote, if somebody would take the effort to first go over those 1500 and close down those that no longer matter, they are bugs that long ago fixed, they are features that really nobody wants, they are tasks that somebody started and went away, and it's not too important, nobody's going to work on it anyways ever. You know, just closing down issues. I'm almost sure that like a few hundreds can be closed down like in 5 minutes each. However, that means that if you want to close down 100 issues and each takes just 5 minutes, that's 10 hours. So the problem is that there are a lot of probably easy issues, just they are buried under the sea. And once this mountain is processed, then this is with the Drupal 7 version filter applied. If you remove that, because people jumped on it and cleaned up, awesome. There are, last I remember, about 12,000 issues open against various versions of core. And occasionally, when I'm Googling for a problem that I find, it turns out that somebody found it in 2005 and did something with it, and everybody forgot it since. So there is enough work without ever going to IRC.
So I guess that for IRC, it kind of depends on, so if your goal is to get involved, like what Charlie's saying here is there's a lot of ways to get involved that don't involve IRC if you are easily distractible. So the issue queue is a great one. I also, if we're talking about patches, one thing I want to point out is you have this URL patch/novice, which is people who are going through the issue queue and find something that's like, oh, that's just fixing a typo or something. Something that would take someone like me or chicks like 5 minutes to do. We'll create the issue, tag it as novice, and then those appear here. And so if you're looking for a nice, easy, bite-sized thing to kind of cut your teeth on in terms of core review or patching or whatever, this is the place to go. So that's one thing I wanted to say. The other thing that he's saying is that most of this work happens in the issue queue, not on IRC. Where IRC really comes into play is I click on be more graceful when editing nodes. I don't know what that means. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to see that there's a patch somewhere in here. This guy, and say it was marked needs work by the testing box that failed test or something. So this is where you would say, okay, well, I'm going to look at this. Yeah, I don't really know what that's doing. I'm going to go on IRC and I'm going to ask for help reading this thing. And if you do that and you say, hello, I'm new to core development and I'm looking at this issue. And there's all kinds of issues. There's like stuff about theming, stuff about accessibility. Like we have a page under, it's called Community Initiatives for Drupal core, and we've got all of these subsections. And this is basically people who have an itch. They want the file system to be better, or they want image handling in core or whatever. And they go through and they identify specific issues that are important for their sort of topic. So if you have something that, like if you're really good at accessibility, for example, if you know a lot about that because of your professional work, here are some of the things that the people pushing accessibility